Hey, chaotic prankster. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on the experience. I think tomorrow I'll do the early review. I have to play a little bit more. I did play through the early access and I played through this area. I think half of this area, something like that. So I don't have the full thoughts yet. Though there is a significant problem on PC as of now. People say that it's crashing, that it's stuttering and so on. I don't have that problem. But I do have another problem on PC, and I think everyone has that problem. There's a significant issue with texture loading in the game. That's the biggest issue so far. It really affects the experience. Because there seems to be an issue, there's constantly low-res textures, and then the game tries to load high-res textures, and it takes a little bit for the game to load those. On PC, I don't know how it is on PlayStation and Xbox, or whatever else this game has released. But it's an interesting thing how they've decided to alter the game for the sequel. Now it's basically a CRPG. It's not the game that we know from the first one. But the writing style and all that is pretty much the same, and I can already say that the story and so on is quite good. The factions, everything that the game offers is quite good. That's what I expect from spiders. And that's what we got. There is, however, an issue that they tried to be authentic with introducing language that would make sense. I don't know which language this is. But that's the problem. When they decided to put this language into the game, it's very unconvincing in terms of delivery. The way the characters are saying it, it's quite robotic and unfortunate. It's like when I'm reading a script for videos, basically, something like that. And that's not a good thing. So that to me is currently also a thing that affects the experience. I think they made a mistake by doing so. I get what they tried to do, to create levels of immersion through being more connected with the characters and their history, their background. Since they're some kind of natives, I think, something like that. And I think the game itself kind of covers that whole colonization period of, you know, discovering America. What was that? 17th century, 15th, 16th century, something like that. I'm not good with years, so. But it's kind of, I think that was the influence, definitely. Is this game like Dragon Age 2? Thank the fuck it's not like Dragon Age 2. Fuck Dragon Age 2. But it does actually have a lot of similarities to Dragon Age. But I can tell you now that it's better than Dragon Age 2. But it's not as good as Origins. That is not, but it's definitely inspired by those, and you'll see through combat. Although the game offers 3 combat styles. You can play more actiony combat style. I haven't tried that. I love the tactical aspect. It is like Dragon Age, Frank. It is like Dragon Age. I'm just busting your balls a little bit about the Dragon Age 2. Hey, Atreus, welcome, mate. Busy, very busy. I'm even thinking of doing the early review in a form of live stream, because I want to get back to Banquet for Fools and cover that game completely. I will, definitely. But right now I gotta play this game for a couple of days, do the early review and so on, and then we're waiting for Crimson Desert. So it's a very busy month, which is a good thing. I need some boost in views. Because in the first 2 months there was nothing, and that affects the channel significantly, as it should. But look, mate, to me, there's even a mediocre to slightly above average game is better than Dragon Age 2. So I'm not saying this is some kind of a great game so far. It's not. It has problems, and I will show you some of the problems that the game. I already explained about the textures. Texture high res, low res to high res is quite a big of a problem. To me, the biggest one that the game has so far. And the rest of the things I'm just trying to uncover as we go. But there's a significant problem with combat that I'm going to try to showcase as soon as we get to it. Although I love combat in this game, I think it's not as unique as the first game. They lost a little bit on that, but the thing is that shit, I'm running in circles. My bad. The thing is that now it's kind of classic CRPG, and it does remind me a little bit the way the micromanagement works of MMORPGs, a little bit. Just the way everything needs to be kind of sorted and there's no fucking around. And here we go, I'll show you now. Yes, this is a sequel of GREEDFALL, mate. Yeah, it's just not an action game anymore. Although you can play it. Look, I don't know if I can change that right now. Game controls, no control options. I want to show you what the game offers. Tutorials, camera effects, interface. No, I can't, I think. Wait, game profile. I'll show you now the game profile. I'm not going to show you through gameplay because I don't know how to play other types. But here you go. You can choose command stack. That's quite nice. Allows you to easily switch between pause in real time. Okay, autonomous party, zoom level, scores, auto attack. No, okay, this is the problem. This is what I wanted. This might solve the issue that I had with the game by disabling auto attack. So, game profile, you can switch to focused, hybrid, tactical. So that it's more like action focused if you want to play like that. I like the tactical aspect. I also tried playing with the difficulty settings. But its difficulty settings are a bit dumb, I have to say. You have invincible for whatever reason, but alright. Friendly fire, yeah, enabled. I don't know why that's disabled. And the way this is the tactical, 110. This is the high difficulty setting, the highest that the game has by default. And then I tried to play a little bit. I tried to put this at 0, but why the hell? Hey Vic, how's it going, mate? But I tried putting it to 0 to see what the hell happens, and then you literally do no damage. And I thinking to myself, what the hell is the point of having such a setting? That makes no sense. You can't progress. So I went into the fight and I couldn't do any damage. So I was trying to play like, oh, I'm gonna play on max difficulty, and I put it like this, and you're literally doing no damage. So you can't progress through a fight. So I don't see the point of having this type of customization. So I'm playing on 90 and 110. I also tried playing on 150 and 50, but the battles take way too long before we get the enemies down. It's not about the enemy damage so far, that's the problem. Although it is much more difficult in that way, but it's just that our damage, if we lower it so much, it becomes that type of a slog to go through a single fight. It can take 15 minutes to go through a single fight. So that's why I'm playing on classic difficulty settings. Meaning tactical difficulty, which is the highest default setting. Okay. I'm also gonna do a combat tips guide because I've managed to figure out how combat works a little bit better than I did before. That. Okay. Now let's see if they're going to move. Yeah, they're moving. Fuck. See, this is the issue. What is this buff? And another issue that the game has is I can't check status effects. Oh wait, okay, never mind. My bad. Minus 25 toughness. Okay, so see how they run immediately. Will I play Solasta 2? Not right now. I don't have the time. But eventually, yeah, when the game releases, most likely I will cover the game fully, without a doubt. That's one of the big releases that I'm waiting for. Alright, so we're gonna put... This is the problem. We have tactical orders that are quite significant and we have to utilize them in order for these idiots to don't run into the fight so quickly. So what I'm going to do now is put a tactical order for everyone to rally around this location. We have to, that's the biggest issue so far that I have with fighting, because every single time that the fight starts you have to kind of bring it like you're bringing chaotic kids. That kids run away on the playground and you have to kind of control them.
Maybe
So I'm gonna try to move everyone here a little bit. I'm playing as a warlord. My main character is a warlord, meaning he buffs others in doing more damage, and I can heal also and so on. So move around here, and then we are going to see, but they don't follow orders that much. And now that I have, now I've taunted them, which is highly important function. So we're gonna move over here to turn them around, if he can. Yeah, he can. He's just playing a little bit dumb at the moment. And then put 5 commands. This is quite important. We have to utilize commands as much as possible and to fill up all the commands in the box. That's the way to control the fight, so that these kids don't run around wild, doing stupid shit. Otherwise, we are in for a trouble. We are in for trouble, not trouble. And currently, I know it seems boring, but that's the tactical equivalent of, in my opinion, MMORPGs. I played MMORPGs back in the day, doing raids and things like that. So it does remind a little bit. So we're also going to focus on one enemy. Excellent, now one enemy is down. The animations are quite nice, though I would love to have some more visual blood and gore effects. Someone just said on Banquet for Fools review that they are having a problem with the game because it doesn't have health bars. To me, that's a good thing, because it has visual effects on enemies if they are about to die or if they are hurt or anything like that. To me, that is far more important than a health bar. Health bar for me kills the immersion in games. I hate health bars. But the problem is, if you turn off the health bars in a game like this, you just don't know when someone is damaged or not, and that's a big issue. I have to go check them out like this individually, and that's not really an efficient use of time during combat. So basically, I'm playing this like an MMO in a way that how I'm positioning characters, and to me that works right now quite nicely. Although it does take a little bit of effort to control everything as you'd like it to be. We're gonna remove his attack here and then position on. You have an autonomous party, by the way. You can click on this and they will do their own thing. But the problem is that they're just gonna. I'm sure I'll show you that as well. I'll show you that option as well, how it works. But I'm not a fan of it because I can't control many of the things in the game that way. So okay, and you 5 orders, just shoot at the most damaged one. There's some interesting character builds. Excellent. So they have now spent all the actions, and now we can recharge actions and put another 5 in it. We're not gonna waste this, just shoot him a couple more times and you should be fine. You can knock him down. The game also has a lot of focus on the interruption, which is also kind of an MMO thing. Is this the anti-colonial Dragon Age game? Yes, it is. That's a good description, Bruno. Quite correct. Okay, you are going to do this.
My armor is completely ruined.
There we go. We can now do this. And you can buff him a little bit. Although the buffs are quite short-lived. We can increase them with one of the attributes. I forgot which one. And that's how I play this game in terms of combat. I can control it much easier that way, except for the start. The start is the fucking pain in the ass. Start of every fight, like you've seen. But other than that, it's easy to control the game if you're playing it like this. through the tactical version at least. If you're going this way, put 5 commands down, utilize whatever you can in a way that if you have action points, and that's really all there is to it. It works really well like this, and the enemies do like to interrupt you, which I like. I like when enemies doing more than just attacking, standing and taking shots. I don't like puppets. I like when the enemies are trying to challenge us. We're gonna do this while you are going to... I think there's someone else. Oh, this little bastard over there. They have this auto attack mechanic that is... their targeting is so goddamn bad that it really puts you in difficult spots, that you have to kinda do a lot of the things just to get away from it. Just to arrange them a little bit better. Next fight I'm gonna put on Autonomous Party. I don't think it can be played as the first one. I don't think the first one had a party-based system. But you can arrange the game in a way that you can switch it to be more action-based in a way that you won't control the party members as much. You know what? I'm gonna try to show you that. Why not? I haven't played it like this, so I don't know how it works. But let me show you for the next fight. I'm sure there's going to be next fight very soon. So let's go with this. Options, game profile. Let's see, focused. Offers an experience centered on your character. Autonomous team activated by default. Basic options for camera controls. Basic options for tactical pause. Okay, let's try like this. See how it works. Why do I have this? Was this get to the spot where Ludwig's contact usually fishes? Okay. Here's another fight. Stealth is terrible. You can literally get up to enemies and they will stare at you and they won't do a goddamn thing. Look at this. It's fucking terrible. You still have to use commands though, as far as I can see. The bastards will play on their own, but you have to use commands. It's not really actiony, but you can play more focused. But you can't get away from what the game is, from what I can see. But it's still a nice experience. Nice that they offered that type of an experience for people that don't want to control everything, micromanage it. And there's also difficulty setting that affects enemies. Shit, this was easy. Okay. Maybe I should play like this because this seems a lot easier. But let's see a couple other fights. What in the French fried fuck did they do to this game? They turned it into a CRPG. Right now I'm playing more focused mode.
Stop. We can't risk going to the village. There are too many soldiers there right now. Come on. My islander contact usually waits hidden.
Okay, not a problem. Now I think that this way of playing works better against smaller groups of enemies. Unfortunately, against larger groups, the party is gonna get separated too much, and they're gonna get simply run down by enemies. I might turn up the difficulty a little bit more, but not the damage that I'm doing. I might just increase the damage that the enemies are doing, because I don't like when my damage is so low, simply because of the parameter, not because of the build. I never liked parameter-based difficulty settings. That's why I love Souls games. They give you one difficulty and fuck it, work with it. They give you tools, they give you options. Not that I'm against having difficulty settings, far from it. But problem is that mostly developers don't really know how to do difficulty, especially modern. It's one of the biggest issues that I have with modern games. They either turn it too cheap or create extremely cheating enemies that do not play in the confines of the rule set that the player is playing, or they create this insane amount of damage that the enemies do, which just creates such cheap difficulty. I mean, where you have to play perfectly. I hate that. That's not how fights should be, where you have to play perfectly.
There's a trail leading away from here. Look.
The focus of every combat, in my opinion, is back and forth. You're gonna make mistakes, but you need to have a way to get out of it if you make a mistake. I'm not here to play fucking perfect games. That's tedious. Sorry, I'm not here to play perfectly. Not perfect games. Oof, I would love to play perfect games though. That would be nice. Health increase, I agree. That's also a lazy way of increasing difficulty. I agree with that. But health increase does have some merit in terms of difficulty. I hate the damage increase. That's the worst thing to me. But health increase, I get that to some degree it just prolongs the fight. Though how I would do difficulty, if I had difficulty modes, I would just increase it a little bit. Maybe 20% increase in health, so that the fights play out a little bit longer, or maybe increase resistances of enemies. So that the weaknesses are more exploitative, but resistances, that they are resistant to other things a lot more. Maybe something like that would be a better design. For example, I love God of War remakes. I know some people don't like how they did it. No one can convince me that those remakes are not good. But their weakness is the difficulty design. Unnecessary experience point system, that was completely... What was the point of that? That was completely unnecessary in such a game. But the difficulty, where Kratos gets hit fucking 2 times and he dies. What? Just pissed me off, so I have to play perfect. Why? Where's the back and forth? It pisses me off, and in such a game it's very immersion breaking that such a powerful character can die from 2 shots. It pisses me off. I played on, I don't know which difficulty, I think it was second to last. Something like that, because when I start, or maybe last, I can't remember. Maybe I switched over time because I got annoyed. Fucking playing games perfectly. That's for people that want speed running and things like that. That's for them, not for regular players like myself. Difficulty increase should be things like new moves, resistance, armor, and parry window. I agree, yeah. And different enemy group setups. I will add that in games like these. And this, I don't see the point in adding in games percentages. Why? Just give me, if I have enough skill, like this is the talent tree, how it looks like. I'm gonna show you. So I went with mechanisms. Just give me, if I have 2 out of 2, I can open it. If I don't, I can't. Simple as that. I don't know. I just don't see the point in having percentages. I might be wrong. I might not be seeing the better ways of how this system works, because I'm just gonna do this quick save and then quick load, because I don't want to miss an opportunity because of the percentage. Fuck that. Yeah, that's a good point, Joker. If the game allows you to make a strong build, I agree, health increase isn't bad. But if you're just gonna prolong the fight for 3 minutes more, that's tiresome, yeah. Exactly, saves come. I mean, I don't want to miss out on this, because I'm gonna forget where this chest is. And this is a region-based game, meaning we have one region, then we go to another region, then we go to another region. This isn't Castlevania or anything like that, so... Let's hope they don't save the first roll. If they do, then I won't be able to open this anymore. Actually, maybe there's a way. I haven't checked it out, but maybe there's a way to re-roll, to retry. Let me see, if we go through to the talent skill tree and we go for mechanism, let's see. Mechanism offers what? Disarming traps allows you to retrieve the trap. I still don't know how to use the trap, by the way. Unlocks new recipes. Increases the chance of successful skill rolls. While picking chest lock, you discover a hidden compartment containing a stash of gold. Now that's cool. That's good. You can attempt the second time. So basically if you miss the first time, you're fucked. Hey Zifrit. What is this Dragon Age looking game? Yeah, it really is Dragon Age looking game. And there we go. Because I'm gonna forget about it. And that's... I don't wanna lose. Although I can, to be fair, they did put landmarks. So maybe I should... Let's play the game like it's intended. No save. I hate save scamming in games. But when you're doing guides for games and you don't have the time to remember everything and retry things, it's just... God damn it, I just want to progress. Which is not really good way of thinking. But sometimes you need to save a little bit of time. Although Ghost of Tsushima isn't an RPG, the difficulty in the game was so interesting to me. Yeah, it's not an RPG, it's an action-based game. In action-based games, I can't recall how the difficulty was done in that game, but in action-based games, it's... yeah, how would you do it in an action-based game? Well, depends on the systems, I guess. In action-based games, I would just... I don't know, maybe that's, in those types of games, simple health decrease and damage taken could work for people that just want to play through the game and don't want to struggle, I guess. But as long as there's not some cheap increase in damage, that's the thing that bothers me the most. I want to be taken down to low health and then trying to get away from it. Then trying to heal, trying to get my team to help me, using all the things that I can to get out of the nasty situation. Not being hit 3 times and dying. What the hell is the point of that? Then I just restart, and then if I get hit again, good. If I get hit again, it's not good. If I don't get hit, well, great. I've beaten the boss. Now I'm a great player. No, I'm not. I just tried it for enough tries to learn the movesets and timings and so on. That's it. That's why I don't bother with displays of I don't know how big of a skill in action games. I don't give a shit. People think whatever they want to think. It's on them. I don't care about that. It was basically a realistic mode. 2 hits, anyone dies, even the bosses, but so does the player. That is a good difficulty design. That is what I'm saying. Enemies are playing in the confines of the rule set that the player is playing as well. That's awesome. But that requires incredible enemy design. So that the enemy is not just a dumb puppet that does nothing. Just stands there and takes damage. Or it just aggressively spams attacks like in Elden Ring, the way they fucked up the later bosses. Such a disappointment when it comes to boss designs. Such cool aesthetic designs, but when it comes to their behavior, they break every rule in the book, which wasn't the case in Dark Souls. People maybe they don't remember that, but enemies, bosses were in the confines of the rule set. That's what made those fights so goddamn interesting. They weren't perfect. They were there was a lot of discrepancy in terms of difficulty, but it's fine. That's fine. I don't mind that. Not every boss needs to be balanced up the wazoo. Makes things more dynamic. It changed the game so much to the point where you can't heal anymore. You have to use skills and parry dodge everything. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. Why not? And in a game where you use swords, that's not an RPG. That's awesome because it makes sense. You hit someone with a sword, they should be damaged a lot, right? Depending on the armor, of course, and that type of thing. So this is another encounter. Let's see the amount of enemies. Now, let's see how the autonomous party with the focused setting will work right now. Let's see what they will do. I don't trust them, but maybe I need to give them a chance before actually having any sort of... What's going on? Any sort of opinion on things. Ah, there we go. Come on, attack. Well, they are doing a really good job. I'm surprised. I didn't think they would do such a good job. They do a better job than in tactical system. Well, I can control them better, but seems like there's no need. Why is the attack so screwed up? Come on, attack. Do I need to re-click all the time? I don't get it. I do have a lot of healing in my team, so that's quite a good thing. But god damn, they are doing a wonderful job. Yeah. Because I tried autonomous party early on, and it was like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't know what to do about it. It was such a problematic thing because I couldn't control them. They were running around all the time. But I don't like how the control of the main character is quite bad in this setting, I have to say. And it seems like these commands are unresponsive. Yeah, I need to click every time, which is also not a good thing. But the party is quite capable. Yes, there is friendly fire and you can turn it off or on. So I'll do this. Let's increase enemy damage a little bit. I'm wondering at the support for this game with the developers' financial troubles. Is it developers? I don't think the developer is in financial trouble. I think that the publisher is in financial trouble, if I'm not mistaken. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But I thought that the publisher is in trouble. So let's try something like this. Game profile. Let's try the hybrid. Let's see how it works. Yes, this is GREEDFALL too. One thing I hate about this game are the helmets. A lot of them look like this so far, but that's just the early game. So and we can turn off headgear. This one is not that bad. It kind of makes sense due to them being natives and such. Though this, I just love this classic knight look, and this helmet is quite nice, I have to say, on the left. Alright, let's see, where the hell do we need to go? I'm kind of talking too much, not really progressing at all. So let's progress. I also like in the game that you can finish quests at least through prologue. The prologue is quite good. You can finish quests in a lot of ways. But there's a huge problem with the game in that regard, because if you finish the quest in one way, before talking to the character that's part of that same quest that also gives the option to finish the quest in another way, it seems like the game doesn't register it, and then the conversation continues like the quest hasn't been concluded, and that's immersion breaking. Another thing that I hate, not hate, but really don't like about this game is the fact that there's chests everywhere and you can just go in and loot everything. There are a couple of situations where you need to sneak in, but due to how bad the stealth is, it's not a problem. But if there's no such thing as necessity to sneak in, meaning if you're not in a hostile area, you can just... There's so many chests and just things to pick up, and just in an RPG game, that's immersion breaking. I don't like that. Aha, we have to search for the tracks. My bad, I forgot about that. It just pisses me off. Come on, do a system, goddammit. I love when the game has a good criminal system and good thievery system, and good also economic system that ties into all of that. It seems like it's quite straightforward, streamlined a lot in this game, and it does affect the immersion. Okay, where the fuck did he go? So I see the tracks here. Maybe this could be a first guide or something. We see the tracks over here. They go in that direction. Hope everything is alright with the stream, because this game does take a lot of resources from the PC. It's just like GREEDFALL 1 in that regard. You are given a region and then deal with it. Mr. 47. That's the first. Alright, so the first question is it worth the money? I can't say yet anything. I'm gonna do the early review maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow should be ready. I'm still kinda conforming the thoughts, trying to arrange everything, try to see how things work. I gotta see more. For example, now I'm struggling to see where the next part of this quest is. So I can't say that yet. Is it better than the first part? I can't say that. Is it better than Baldur's Gate 3? No. It's not on that level, definitely. Pozdrav, Mirza. The performance, for me, it's good, but for many have said that there's a lot of stuttering and crashing. I don't have a problem with crashing and stuttering at all. But there's a big issue on PC, which is texture loading. Textures tend to load. Jesus Christ, where the hell is this guy? Textures, there's a problem with texture loading. High-res textures take a little bit to load, and that's an issue because game looks like shit most of the time thanks to it. Thanks to that problem. And then until the high-res textures load, it's all muddy. You know how it is. You know how low-res textures look like on PC. I don't know if that problem is on PlayStation, but on PC it's quite a big problem. Everything looks muddy. A lot of the time. Majority of the time it looks not majority, but half the time, let's say. That's definitely a problem that they need to fix. Alright, let's just search for the goddamn contact. They need to be somewhere here, I guess. Oh, here's another fight. Now I'm playing with the hybrid setup. Let's see how that works. Although I really don't like how controlling the characters is done. Controlling the main character is done in any mode other than tactical. Autonomous party is on, so let's see what happens. Although it's a hybrid, so I should be more active now. Fucking mouse, what's now? Where's my tank? Tank is over there. For whatever reason, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish there, because there's only one enemy there. But okay. I also increased now damage of the enemies to 120%, which is above the highest default difficulty. So let's see how this plays out. So far I haven't had any issues with fights. I don't think I've died once. I don't like that. I love when fights are more challenging, but thankfully there is a difficulty setting, well, at least the parameter setting, which isn't ideal, but at least they're giving me a little bit more chance to play the game in a different way, not in a different way, but in a more difficult way.
My armor is broken.
See, that's his problem now. He's doing nothing. He should be my tank, and now he's over there. Simply the targeting thing that they do is atrocious, in a way that they choose the stupidest targets that they can. Okay, he's changing targets, that's good. But I gotta say, if AI is managing to do this, that's impressive. Because I'm not doing much, to be honest. I'm not that useful. So, that is impressive. I'm surprised, I really am. Usually in games like these, unless you have some kind of a gambit system or AI, customization of the AI, you're dealing with a lot of issues, usually. But not in this game. They are kicking asses. I don't have to do much. This might be some kind of like a CRPG simulator where you just create builds and let them run rampant, I guess. Football Manager version of RPG. Really interesting. I mean, it's much faster. I don't have to worry that much. I don't think that I need to do combat tips guide anymore, because you can just switch to autonomous. Though we'll see when some more difficult fights come into play, because I don't think this is the maximum difficulty that the game has. I'm hoping that it isn't. Otherwise, it's gonna be too easy. If you can just switch to autonomous and they deal with everyone, that's kind of ridiculous a little bit. But all right. Look, it's just a showcase of how good the AI is, I guess. Even though I still think that they suck at targeting, but okay. I still don't know where that bloody contact is. Oh, that's definitely going to be a guide. That should be much easier to find. I don't know why I'm struggling so much in finding the fucking guide. Find Ludwig's. We can't go there, I know that much. Not yet anyway. But the regions are not small. They are linear in a way. It's not open world, but they're not small. Well, not linear. I don't know how you call this. It is an open world, but it's... Well, it is an open world. What am I saying? It's just not open that you can go anywhere. I don't know if this has a term or not. How you call these things. This type of world setup, region setup. Old cabin. Well, let's go to the old cabin if we can. No. This engine that they have the game on, it's not Unreal, but it does look and play a lot like Unreal in some way. Through texture popping, through muddy textures, things like that. There's an upscaling, but I'm not playing with upscaling. I think I'm not playing. Here's the setting. This terrain displacement seemed to help with the visual fidelity. Hey Gus, welcome mate. Busy, really busy. Trying to get a hold of this game, understand what's going on, create some thoughts in my head to how the game is, do the early review, then go back to Banquet for Fools, sorry, and then we'll see. Meeting a compatriot. What? Ah, okay. So this is the first part. We have to get to this point and then go to this point. Okay, makes sense. Thing is, when you're streaming and talking and all that, everything seems much more complicated in the game than it really is. So I'm sure that a lot of the times when you were watching me stream some games, you were kind of face palming. What the fuck is he doing? It's right there. It's so obvious. But when you're trying to talk, figure out what's going on in the game and so on, it's overwhelming. So the details are easily missed.
Quiet. We don't want to be overheard.
This stealth sucks.
What was that?
Yeah, I could have knocked him out, but I guess he turned in the wrong at the wrong time. But it's fine. Let's deal with them like this. God damn, the stealth system is embarrassing. I'll try to talk you a little bit through my character, meaning the style that he's got. It's a fencer with a light armor, but he's focused on healing and buffing. So I can off tank a little bit because I can heal whenever I want. Not whenever I want, but I have a really fast action point rate gain because of the light armor that I'm wearing. So I'm trying to implement that as much as I can. Just buff allies and heal. I got heals pretty much on everyone. Yeah, on every character I have heals, and maybe that makes things a little bit easier, because then the autonomous party can constantly fix their own mistakes by simply casting heals. The game also utilizes a shield system. There's two types of shields. There's physical shield and magical.
Why did you have to
Physical doesn't help with magical damage, for example.
monsters?
This from the mouth of someone who thought it was fine to sell a human being? That's rich. Get out of here. We must take care of your prisoner.
I can't believe it. You're such great warriors. Come on, let's go to our people. They'll make you feel right at home. You'll see. Let me see your map. This is where our camp is.
Okay, excellent. Level up. Now I can show you the level up screen. Hopefully the stream wasn't dropping frames or anything like that, because I was recording, so I don't know if it affected the frame rate on the stream. I don't see any drops, but I wasn't really paying attention that much. Okay. Hey Tamash. Alright, now I'm using this character. Here are the stats. You can see regeneration of action points fast, blah blah blah, crit chance, critical damage, basic stuff. Then we have this. We have scourges, which are debuffs. Hey Jobko. And then, yeah, drops in frame. I mean, if there's any issues with that, do notify me. I haven't seen it yet. Favors are basically the resistances. The affinities, no wait. Resistance, this is the resistance. The affinities means how long the buff will last. These are all the buffs that we have, and they last based on the affinity of the favor type. Now we are into the skill. We are in the skill tree. What I'm going to do now is see the options. I would like to have something that can give me. Oh, this is good. Something that would give me an off-tank version of... something that would supplement the off-tank version that I want to play with this guy. He's a warlord. And I want something that gets attention. Apply taunt to enemies. I don't want two enemies. I want to just apply attention to one enemy. That would help a lot. That would help the party a lot. So I can take away the pressure from the main tank. Power. Increase the duration of all favors. I mean, I guess we can go with this for now. Although the best thing would be definitely this. Would improves the following skill: sharp edge sabers, double thrust, double side skating, blow, recovery time by... Ah shit, I shouldn't have done that. I don't need this. Can I remove it? There is a memory thingy, but I think I've confirmed it right now. Ah well, fuck it. It could work still. Then we have attributes. I'll just go through the attributes, scroll over them so that you can see what they do. Strength, critical damage increase, and special. And for certain types of weapons, then we have sword and saber, daggers and knives, agility, and decreases also dodge chance, perception for ranged stuff, and crit chance. Will for those bracelets, magical bracelets, and some resistances, of course. Then we have classic endurance and focus. Focus is increase action points by 1 every 3 levels. Every 3 levels. Oof. Now the thing is, you don't really need, now that I'm thinking about it, you don't need increase in action points. Reduces skill recovery time by 2% per level is more important thing, because you can play with 2 action points if you want. But it's easier to put into commands. It's easier to put into the command line, into the command QE, more commands at one point, which would make the combat a little bit easier to manage. So for now, let's go with the agility. Well, actually, not even agility. The main important thing for him is endurance. There we go. And talent. I can improve mechanism, stealth. Why did I even put this? I don't know. But let's go with mechanism. Although technically you don't even need mechanism. You can just save scum until you open up things. So the best thing would be, I guess, alchemy, diplomacy. But then again, you don't need diplomacy if you can find other ways of finishing the quest. Survival. Survival gives new recipes. Which is kind of good. Craftsmanship unlocks new recipes. Yeah, craftsmanship is kind of nice. Another way to offset that a little bit is through capes. You can buy capes with different types of talent bonuses. Now let's see him. Skills. Some of the characters, like Nilan, the guy with the bow, has his own specific skill tree. And he's got a very useful healing spell because of the range. It's a long range. It's not particularly powerful heal, but the long range of it really helps. Okay, available points. Let's go with the perception. Classic frontliner. I wish that sorting would apply for every item type, every equipment part, because this is kind of pain in the ass going through all of this. And then applying the auto sort function. Okay, magical deflection, that we have some kind of a helmet. I fucking hate these turbans, they look like shit. But alright. That's subjective. Some people might like that. Oh, I need to choose one. Let's go with magical deflection. Why isn't he under light equipment? He should have fast regeneration of action points, so let's try to change that. Rank number 3. There we go. That's gonna help, but also light. Okay. There's also 2 more characters that I'm not using. One is a rogue type, and one is kind of fencer, but I don't need another fencer. So I'm trying to play with as diverse party as possible in terms of build diversity. There's a dodge chance. What is this? Teleports the caster to an enemy or ally. Immunizes against burn. Ah shit, I should have went with this. Not alright. Never mind. Okay, ready. Now you've seen the leveling system. Hey Micha, same boring empty world game. I don't think Greedfall was boring, the first one. I quite liked it. It didn't have some kind of a fantastic combat system. But meaning the major difference here is the combat. It's quite different than the first game. Oh, bandits. What? Oh, who gives a fuck about bandits? I don't need... Or do I? I mean, I don't need... reputation with bandits. Where is the reputation screen, by the way? Bold is united. Gotta create a club, eh? Oof, in Football Manager, maybe create a club and put all the bold players in the world. Although I don't know, I don't follow football anymore, so I don't really know the players that much as I did back then in the early 2000s and late 90s. Yeah, I don't see the... Wait, there should be a reputation somewhere. I think that there is... Ah, there it is. So we have currently 4 reputations. Now, this is a problem that the game has factions, which is awesome, but I don't know based on what they are suspicious of me, or because I had a nice reputation with Bridge Alliance. So I don't know. I kind of helped them in the prologues. Maybe kind of an overview of everything that affected the reputation change would be a nice thing to have in the game. Statistics. Wait, there's a statistics thing. Let's see, what the hell is the statistic thing? Aha, that's everything. Nothing special. All right, let's move here. See what's in this area. Well, more or less now that everything that you've seen is Greedfall, the Dying World. We just haven't, I haven't played through any quests yet, so that you can see some of the things that we can affect the quest with in terms of how to finish it. It's not something extraordinarily brilliant or anything like that, but it's nice to have different sets of options. Problem is there isn't a convincing social system in a way that we can affect the conversation in many ways. It's just simple diplomacy, or from what I've seen so far, but maybe it's a little bit different, because sometimes one time I quite liked that when I was running away from the prison and we had to pretend near the guards that I'm kinda in a convoy or emissary or something, that I'm some kind of a bullshit thing that I'm not. And I picked the wrong choice. I stalked, while specifically the Sibyl, the other character that's not in the party at the moment, I mean, meaning that's not an active member of the party at the moment, told me not to say anything. But I still went ahead and said something, thought that it would be a good idea to get past the guards. But they said, you know what, that's a strange way to say, they said to me. Let's wait for the official papers. Show me the official papers. And then the fight broke out. So that was an interesting thing to see. I want to see more interactions like that. Looty that drops from enemies. I don't know what that means. Skilly willy. No, it's easy. The game is quite easy. I'm playing on currently a little bit more than tactical. I've increased enemy damage to 120%. The thing is, AI is quite capable. So I'm playing now, showcasing. I wanted to showcase to the viewers how autonomous party works. And I wanted to showcase, I thought that they're going to fuck things up. Instead, they made the fight even easier. For some reason. And so you can play with autonomous party, you can play with hybrid setup, meaning only controlling your own character or main character. You don't have to worry about other characters, and they will do the job. So far, they've been doing a wonderful job. Or you can play tactically, like you're playing an MMORPG or something, or a classic tactical RPG. Everything works. Now, the tactical system is the slowest one. Though I do love to play like that, because if I want to get past an encounter, I want to be my own. What's the word? Zasluga, if someone knows. Merit. I want to be on I want it to be on my own merit. Hey, Peter. I don't want the AI to deal with the fight for me, because I love the fighting. I love the tactical aspects of games. I love when the game can challenge me. Unfortunately, so far, this game has not been able to challenge me. Sure, there are difficulty parameters that I can switch, like enemy damage even more. As I also explained to others that I try to play with 50%, that I'm doing only 50% of my possible damage, and the enemies are doing 150. And unfortunately, it led to 2 long fights. It kind of became tedious to hit one normal regular enemy 250 times. That's just not the way I want to play the game, any game, especially not tactical games. Of course, there are ways to offset the damage, but to increase the damage, but it just isn't prudent to play on such setups. And yeah, I'm showcasing you now the brilliance of the of the stealth system. I mean, this stealth system is so fucking bad. I mean, I have 1 point in sneaking, but I have 1 point in sneaking. I'm not a fucking invisible man, you know? It's ridiculous. Oh, we're gonna put this. Oh, it generates threat when attacking. Huh, okay, I can work with that. So I can play as an off-tank in that regard. I love when I can combine things like in MMORPG, 1 off-tank, 1 main tank, things like that. I just love that. Oh, kind of stunned. Good, good. Enemies do love to stun, and I'm alright with that. As you can see, right now I'm playing with the autonomous party, and they are kicking 7 shades of shit out of the enemies. I just need to buff them a little bit. I mean, I don't even need to do that. I think I can just stay still and they will deal with the enemy. And that's a good test to do. I heard that mechanically it isn't worth it because the jobs from chests are bad. Only quest rewards are good, like lockpick isn't good. That's wrong. That's wrong information, because I got legendary items from... I'll show you. I got this from... Actually, yeah, I got this from a regular chest that you can miss. And I got this as well. Wait, I don't have the rings. Oh, what? I had legendary rings, for fuck's sake, with her. What the fuck? Why don't I have those rings? What happened to them? That I got from prologue, so that's not true. Lockpick is chance based, so I can say that yeah, it isn't good. The system that's chance based like that is not particularly good. But then again, I mean, I'm open to someone convincing me that it's a good system to have chance based lockpicking, of course, depending on the skill. Maybe I'm missing something that should be quite obvious to why the system would be considered a good system, because to me it just incentivizes saves coming. Yeah, these bastards are effective. I'm really surprised that the AI is so damn good. And in normal chests you get gold, you get things you can sell, healing potions that I didn't have need to use at all, which is disappointing. Yeah, the game is kind of too easy. Alright, let's test this system to its limits. Let's see how it does, because I'm quite interested to what degree is AI effective. So I'm gonna switch. I'm not gonna go below 70% of party damage, but I'm gonna put 180 enemy damage. So let's see how that works. If these autonomous bastards get me through that, that's going to be impressive. It already is impressive, not gonna lie. It's already impressive. But if they can get me through that type of fight, respect. But then maybe it's more of how weak the enemies are designed. Although the enemies do like to use interruption actions, which is a good thing. And I was interrupted many times trying to heal or trying to taunt. And that's a significant thing. But I don't know. Let's see what's next. Okay, here's another fight. Now let's see how we're going to do. Quite interested in the outcome. I'm not gonna use the explosives, fuck that, let's do a proper fight. Oh shit, what the hell is going on with the health? Oh, I guess because we do less damage. No. I'm not certain what this means. Why do they have such increase in health? I got no clue. Oh, yeah, we got destroyed. We got destroyed. It's okay. Fine by me. Oh, enchanter. Maybe that's why. Maybe they have tons of... Okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. We won't be able to get through it like this. But let's test it a little bit more. Let's see to what degree they can be effective. And then I'll try the tactical option, meaning when I'm playing everything. So this is too much. It just makes no sense to play at this difficulty. Let's lower it to 150 and to 80 party damage. Let's try like this. This seems like kinda could be a sweet spot. Well, I think I need to take care of the enchanter first. And I still haven't figured out how to use traps. I should be able to use traps, but I just don't know how to use them. Well, there they are. Okay, consumable bleeding trap. Can we use it from here? Yeah, I don't have traps here, which kind of pisses me off. I'm missing something. Either way, let's move into the fight, and we have to deal with the enchanter first. Bandit mage, bandit whatever, enchanter. Da li ga možeš smirit? Okay, at least we are alive a little bit. That's Ludwig. Oh. Yeah, we are losing control.
May the enlightened be with me.
Oh, so far alive, good, good. Still impressive that we are still alive on this difficulty with autonomous party.
We've lost one of ours. We've lost one of ours.
Okay, no way they can deal with this. And now we're gonna try tactical. Okay, game profile. Tactical, auto attack. No. I don't want them to move around freely. They're too stupid for good movement. Okay, now we're gonna do this. You are going to go over here. I wish I could use traps. I'm sure there's a way to use them, but it's obvious. It needs to be obvious, but for some reason I can't figure out. You're gonna go with the double arrow and hit them. No, actually with the power shot. Power shot breaks shields. Ludwig, you are going to do tactical order over here. No. Come on, tactical, this, cast. I have to start. Did he cast it or not? What the fuck he did? Jesus Christ, controlling. Why do they run away like morons? The first sign of anything. Oh, am I taunted? No, I'm not.
Show them what we'll make.
Okay, good. Then we'll try. Oh, he already taunted them. I didn't press that. Why are you doing that? I don't understand. Why are they doing things on their own when I specifically said not to do it? Oh, autonomous party. My bad. I forgot to turn that off. Heal Ludwig and then attack the bandit mage. You are going to attack him. You are going to attack the mage. Actually, you're going to do this. First put weakness on an enemy and then we can attack this guy. While you can buff first aid Milan. Okay. Yeah, they have a ton of health. Go to Ludwig, heal him. You go a little bit back. And he's fucked off somewhere. I don't know if this encounter is that difficult or I wish it is. We can play on normal difficulty. I mean, to be honest, I didn't do much better than the game on autonomous party. But it's really difficult to control them, as you can see. They run away like morons to nonsensical targets. But I forgot to turn off autonomous. I'm going to try once more. Okay. Now we should be ready. We're gonna try to kite them over here. Nilan can shoot because he's got 100% critical hit chance from stealth when we start the combat. Is that Ludwig? Okay, Ludwig. You go immediately over here. Alright. Ludwig. Cancel action, everyone. Ludwig, tactical orders here. Cast. Again, it's so fucking difficult to control them. Tactical order didn't work. Makes things so difficult, unnecessarily difficult. Usually in games like this you have just a simple press with something. You press an X or something and they stop. Maybe there is a... maybe I've missed it. 1 second. Control options. Game control, walk, run, stealth, blah blah blah. Let's see combat. Tactical, play, pause, shortcut, combat log. Next character, next shortcut, change loadout. Yeah, there's nothing.
We can't let them win.
Basically, they will run and they will do stupid shit, even though I turned off auto attack. That's the biggest problem with combat that I have so far. First, you have to deal with their inability to just listen to specific commands. Let's try again. I want to see if I can, even though this seems like a more difficult fight than the rest of them. So let's do this. Turn off autonomous. You can use healing potion. Can we? No, we can't use it. Fight has not started. We can only use it in a fight. Well, we can then use this. Sorted. Kind of pointless that you can only use the healing potions in a fight, but alright. Autonomous party. Let's see. Come on, enemies, where are you? I need a clear shot so that I want to drag them here. Okay, now you stick here. Let's see, tactical order, hold position. If I can sort out the starting thing, it can lead to much easier encounters. So we're gonna put this here and then cast hold position. You are gonna go here and then cast hold position. And I just cancel that with him. Great. You are gonna go here and can put tactical order hold position. You hold position. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. This works. This works. Let's taunt all of them. So that's how to start a fight. We've learned something new. I have learned something new. Words of support. This guy. And now you can start smacking whoever you want. Enchantress. Okay. Then let's see, with her we can do the shadow projection on the enchanter and just attack. Oh, they do a lot of damage. Why didn't you heal him? Heal him. Just too much damage. But I think this is still doable on tactical.
My armor is broken. You're bleeding. Let me help you.
Or maybe not. Maybe it's too much a little bit. I guess these difficulty settings that they are offering would be applicable in maybe New Game Plus, or once you have some kind of better armor, or maybe something. I don't know. It's kind of strange that they have just these two settings, because they don't really work that well in a way of increasing the difficulty in some sensible way. So we're gonna switch to a different difficulty. 90, let's put at 90, and let's put them at 130. Let's see how that is going to make this encounter work. Ludwig, Milan, okay. You shoot your bow and arrow. Coated arrow, let's go with that then. And then move over here once you've done that. You stay here. Now you buff him. And then stay. Okay, now let's adjust the fight. Bandit mage. Here we go. Go there. Knock him the fuck out. You can heal immediately him. For fuck's sake, heal him! I don't get what the fuck is there difficult about it. For fuck's sake, man. Ah. See, that's the problem with hold. They hold forever. Okay, my bad. I need to realize that. Still learning. But I think this is a difficulty that I would like to play on when it comes to the tactical aspects and the challenge. I fucked that up because I put hold position, and if I don't put move, they will stay in the hold position, and the first aid skill needs to be in the vicinity of the target. You can't use it from afar. So that was my mistake there. So let's see, the difficulty, is it on what we want it to be? 130, 90. Well, let's go with 100. Why would my damage be reduced? I think that's really fair. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Show them what we're made of!
Yeah, this guy does a ton of damage, from what I can see. Jesus fucking Christ. I think there's something with this fight. Why is it so difficult? Okay. Okay, fair enough. Seems like they're all buffed to infinity. I've never seen them with so many things on health bars. But I guess we can try a different approach. Now, nice. I like that. I want to see those types of fights more. So far, everything was a walk in the park. It's kind of strange to see such a difficult fight. What the f... Didn't I disarm those? You're fucking kidding me. So these are just tests, obviously. I'm trying to portray also the game and what it can do and what it can't do. And also learning in the process on how to position players. Now I figured out finally what I need to focus on more. Question is, why... Yeah, I already disarmed these things, so... I'm not sure why the game didn't register that. Let's see the difficulty setting if it's... it's... yeah, okay. Save and quit. Save the game. Okay, now let's see if we can start by using Neon and then shooting this barrel. I don't know what this barrel does, but we have a fire arrow. So let's see if it's going to do anything. He just flat out ignored me. Okay, that did nothing. You are gonna stay here, you are gonna go there, you are gonna go there, and you over here. Now let's try things out. Decent damage. What is this? Healing wave. Aha, healing wave. Present in the area of effect. Keep shooting. Bandit assassin. You stay here. I gotta kind of micromanage this a little bit so that I don't fuck up again with the rally and things like that. You move over here and immediately start healing him. You get them underway. Nice. For fuck's sake! Already dead. What the hell is going on with this fight?
One less of us. We can't. Away.
This is significantly more difficult than anything I've experienced in this game so far. And it's not even about the difficulty setting. I would get destroyed on the lower difficulty settings. It's not that much higher than usual. Alright. Just a little bit weird. I don't think even the autonomous party would do anything good here. But let's try it out. See what happens. Game profile, focused, autonomous, auto attack, whatever. Let's see what happens now. Are you fucking kidding me? I've disarmed these traps. Is this game even loading things or what's going on? Is that an explosive barrel? Yeah, it is. Let's try it out. Okay.
Tell them what we're made of! My armor is broken!
But they are doing well though. I just don't know what's going on with this fight. This fight is so damn difficult. Let's try to approach it from a different, from the different side, because I saw that there is an option to attack from a different side. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Because nothing was even remotely like this up until this point. Can you do things that I tell you? So those bastards had about 2000 health. I don't know if this is supposed to be some kind of a more difficult encounter that I need to go. Let's just compare it to other bastards, because this does make much sense to me. That it's so much more difficult. Okay. Here we go, we have something. Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Those things had 2000 health. These guys have 500. That was the reason why. So, what I wanted to test, I chose the worst fucking encounter to test everything. So let's see. Let's see how the autonomous party does with 70% damage that we do and 100% damage that enemy does. Fuck it. Yeah, it was weird. It was ridiculously difficult. It didn't make much sense. Makes sense now. Master Matiest protection. Master Enchanter. Okay. Let's go, mate. Use this. Remove this.
Sacred chaos guide my hand.
Show them what we're made of!
God damn, they are really holding it together. Impressive. Impressive stuff. We are just not doing as much damage because, well, because of the setting or because of the parameter. But other than that, this is incredible. But then again, if I start to think about it, maybe the enemy AI is not that good, or maybe the encounters are too easily put together. I don't know what to think at this point when it comes to, because Or maybe just that the autonomous party system is enough to get through this game. Which I'm not too happy about, to be honest. Because that means that something's not right. Look, I'm not even struggling and I'm playing at 70 and 150%. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, let's focus everyone on my party, my target. Yeah, they can't do anything to me. Basically, I have so many heals that the autonomous party system takes care of it all. And they are really applying things well, it seems to me. I'm trying to pay attention to what they are applying, and it seems like they are doing a really good job. But with 70% you can see how slower the fight is. Now if I had more time I would probably play these settings because it would be kind of interesting to play like that, but it would be quite difficult as well, every encounter, at least to some degree. But I would only play this with autonomous party, it seems, because if I played this with the regular tactical system, I think it would be way too long to deal with everyone, to be able to deal with such an increase in difficulty. But the autonomous party system is truly capable. Surprisingly capable. Maybe the game is just too easy. Relatively easy work. No one was in trouble at all, not even once. Wow. I will increase the damage because it's kind of too slow. We are doing nothing. I mean, increase my damage and leave their damage at 150. I'll try to play like that a little bit. Let's see how that works. It's going to be interesting against the bosses because bosses are going to be problematic since they most likely do a lot of damage, so 150% of boss damage is going to be a lot. We'll see if we can offset that in any way. I mean, I like that there is a setting on how to adjust the difficulty, that there are some options. But I would like different options. I would like to see a parameter that increases the amount of enemies that we fight in each encounter. That to me would be far better difficulty increase than me simply adjusting the parameter of the damage that the enemies can do. Or reducing my own damage. Reducing my own damage just makes no sense.
We are missing something to make this work.
Okay, let's put a landmark here, custom marker. But that's only one. I can only have one. That's the problem with these types of games. If I can't put markers on the map, then I'm going to forget where everything is. I can move. Why can't I put so many markers like I can in, for example, Banquet for Fools? I can write notes. Why is that a problem? Is that some kind of a difficulty in terms of programming or something? Because it doesn't seem to me that it would be such a problematic thing to do, but I don't know. I'm not a programmer. I don't know how these things work in the developing department. But it's such an immersive thing to write notes, to know what you've uncovered, what you can come back to. Because I'm gonna forget about this wall. I don't know if this wall leads to anywhere, or does it do anything specifically. But it's a wall, and yeah, I guess it does lead to somewhere. And I need a high explosive. I mean, we can find high explosives. Maybe we'll find some here. I don't know what's special about that. Is that a quest item or... Yeah. Might be an item connected to a quest or something, so I'm gonna just record the location. I'm glad though that fight that gave me problems on all settings is not supposed to be done now, because it really didn't make much sense. It was kind of, what the fuck is going on? I was saying that this game is kind of too easy, and then that fight occurred, and then it was... Oops. Oh damn, there were some comments. I don't know what happened. 1 second, please. One second, there's something wrong with comments. Okay. Pete. This may get... Yeah, I don't know why, but the comments didn't refresh. This may get the money, but Banquet of Fools has all my attention for now. Looks well optimized. Oh, the game is getting harder then. No, it isn't. Unfortunately, it isn't. It was just the case of me encountering some enemies that are much higher level that are supposed to be done later. So that's it. Is it the new Baldur's Gate 4? No. I only saw that recently from a Slender gaming video a few hours ago. Interesting change from the action combat in the first game. Yeah, quite an interesting change. Not a bad one. Yes, it is similar to Dragon Age in a lot of ways. Yes, the first one isn't, but this one is. I really apologize for not checking the comments, but for some reason the stream just didn't update the comments. I don't know why. Aha. So I don't really need to use high explosives there. It's just a shortcut. Hey, Sinsoro. Thought this was half French. I think Spiders, I don't know, are Spiders... Is Spiders a French studio? Could be. I don't pay attention to where people are from. To where the studios are from, don't really care much about that. Unless it's a Croatian studio in that case. I might give a different type of attention to it. So if you just tuned in now, I was testing how the autonomous party system works against tougher difficulty. The thing is that the game offers different ways of playing. If you want to be focused more on the main character, if you want more tactical options. And I was testing it, how good the AI system is or how difficult the fight can be, and to be honest, except that fight, which is definitely for high level, there isn't much challenge. I'm even playing on, maybe this is going to be, I'm hoping that this is going to be. Now the original tactical difficulty, which is the high difficulty setting, is with 90 at party damage and 110 at enemy damage. So I increased this to 150 and increased party damage to 100. So I'm trying to play with setups a little bit to see what would be the ideal balancing of it all, because there is a sweet spot. I think I can find a sweet spot for me where the game would be challenging but not unfairly challenging. Even though it's already unfair if you put that enemies for no reason do 150% more damage, of course, but it is what it is. There's no other options at this point. And if you wanted to ask if you can put the party damage or enemy damage to 0, yes you can. But if you put party damage to 0, there's nothing you can do. You can't do damage, which is kind of a stupid option to have because it doesn't make sense.
I wanted to tell you how sorry I am about what happened to your friend Shada. Losing her must have been terrible. You were close, and she died in such an unfair, cruel way. I am so sorry for your loss. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'd be very happy to listen.
I won't bother you.
See?
Now let's see what we can craft. I will now equip a cape that allows... Oh yeah, by the way, I wanted to show you how relationship works. Yeah, there's romancing and all that if you're into that type of stuff. But that's not what the focus of what I wanted to say was. Let me just try to show advanced display. Where can I see the relationships? Maybe here, advanced display, no? Ah, here we go. So if you have good relationship with a character, they will give you talent bonus, which is really a nice boost to have, because you can't level that many talents. So that's quite nice. It's also another layer where you need to pay attention to how you're going to create your party. So this is stealth, meaning she's completely pointless, while she's got diplomacy, she's got mechanisms. Diplomacy or mechanisms? Which one would I need? Does anyone have craftsmanship? That would be quite good. I think I'm going to remove her from the party and go with her. Yeah, I don't even have a good weapon for her, so yeah. Let's see. Let's rearrange the party. Replenish supplies. Use workbench. Recipes. Yeah, I can craft a trap, but I still don't know how to utilize it. Requires a lay trap. Doesn't help me if I can't use it. Lay trap. Well, duh, of course lay trap. I wanted to see if I can craft makeshift tools. That would be nice. Something like that. Makeshift tools and... A low explosive, that's useful. Let's make those. Because I'm guessing we can craft high explosives as well. These are going to be needed to break walls down. It's an exploration thing. Now, let's manage party. Remove from party and put her add to party. Okay. Validated the party. Now let's see. Let's remove items from... Are you fucking kidding me that I can't remove items from her? Oh yeah, I can. Never mind. Unequip. 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 Okay, good enough. Now we're gonna equip. She's supposed to use also light stuff. I don't have that much light stuff anymore because everyone is using light stuff more or less. Everything is medium. You know what? Considering that this bastard is now working as an off-tank, I'll put him on a different setup. Medium. Okay, good. You can have that. 60 armor plus 20 life. That's going to be good enough. It's gonna put his regeneration of action points on normal, but that is fine. I don't care. This is also medium. Level 3, level 3. Okay, that's it. And now let's level her up. Let's see what she's got. Inflict heavy damage and apply stun to enemies in an area around the caster. Oh, nice. Restores 1 action point when landing a fatal blow. Applies immobilization to the target. Let's apply that skill point. She's also got Keen Shadow. Teleport the caster onto the back of an enemy, inflicting heavy damage. Useful. I don't see the point in skills like these. A Roar of Death. Basically you shout in a cone and that's it. Why? It makes no sense to have such a stupid skill. I don't know how to say it. It's visually stupid. You shout and everyone kind of falls down, they do whatever. Nah, you just do damage. I don't know. I don't like those types of skills. Makes no sense. Compared to something like Whirlwind or Big Swing or something that would do an AoE type of damage. Which would make much more sense in my opinion. Agility, Endurance. Let's go with Endurance. She's going to be in the face of the enemies. So confirm this. Equipment. Okay, we are sorted. Now the one thing we can do next to all of this is craft upgrades. Let me see if I can use Workbench a little bit more effectively. For this we will equip craftsmanship here and use workbench on the armor. We have this equipped. Let's see what the upgrades are. 15 armor, 16 resistance to weakness. Okay, let's go with this. I need some leather and okay, that's quite easy to make. Yeah, I mean that's okay. Shoulder. Oh, there's also a shoulder piece we can craft. Nice. Also doesn't cost that much, but it provides decent amount of additional protection. I didn't know it was this easy to upgrade stuff. If the game was easy up until now, let's see how easy it's going to be when I upgrade things like these. It uses simple materials like copper ore. I mean, I like this interactable system that is useful from the start. That's a good thing. I'm not criticizing it or anything like that. I'm just shocked that it offers such high values already. But it's a good system because we can utilize it from the beginning. We don't need to wait. Usually in games, to make use of such a system, you have to wait a long time. But not in this case. Nice. Okay. We are done. Let's move on. There's a section over here that I haven't explored, but let's go here, go to the refugee camp, see what happens there. Let's progress the main story. Oh, here's some fighting. We are still at Autonomous Party, so let's just do it like we do it. Like they do it in the on Discovery Channel, considering that we are dealing with monkeys.
And show them what we're made of!
Turn on auto attack because it's a little bit problematic that they won't attack after I've already said gave them a command. Sometimes I just forget about it. No. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, this is a bit too easy. don't have to do anything. There needs to be an incentive for people to control their own team. Usually that incentive is that either the challenge is too great for the AI to deal with it, or your own teammate AI is incapable of doing things the right way. I'm not saying these party members are doing the right thing, but it seems like they don't have to do the right thing, but they're still kicking ass. So that's an issue, because I don't have an incentive to switch to tactical difficulty. Not to tactical difficulty, to tactical game profile. I don't have why. It's just slower and the outcome is going to be the same. What did I want to change? Game profile, yes, auto attack. Brightness. Quite disappointing, because these games kind of live and die when it comes to gameplay on the type of challenge that they present. Pillars of Eternity being the primary example. One of the most challenging CRPGs, because you can customize the difficulty settings and so on to ridiculous degree. But it's much better and much deeper customization than this one, right? I don't know. I mean, the writing is good so far, from what I've seen. The hidden cave. There's no issues there. Unless we are talking about the language and the pronunciation and all that. Not the pronunciation, but the diction. And not even the what's the word? The way they say it. It's quite robotic and unconvincing. I think they fucked up by introducing a different language in the game. I get it for the immersion effect based on the lore of the tribe that we are controlling. But the problem is, if you don't do it well, then it's more of a detriment than an immersive addition to the game. So alright, I'm gonna make a little bit of a break. 10 minutes, get some air, be right back. Let's see if we can find some challenge. Because I'm thinking that I'm gonna skip covering Greedfall at this point. I mean, there's no challenge. Sure, the story will most likely be good. It already is. But if I don't... I don't know, maybe quest guides only. Those could work. But so far I haven't even had that much trouble with quests. It's mostly go there, do that. It's not that difficult to figure out. Because 19th Crimson Desert comes out and I'm definitely gonna cover that.
At last. We'll soon be with our own kind.
That's the first time I've seen you smile. It's not exactly paradise here, though. Your people must have been in hiding for months, scavenging for food every which way to survive.
See, there's too many things to loot when you enter the location. It's kinda silly that there's so many lootable containers and all that. And they don't even care. You just go in, you loot everything, go out. Like nothing has happened. Not really a role-playing
Feel what I feel,
element,
can't you?
is it?
There's something powerful here. At home, it would be a place of connection. The earth is speaking. It's shouting.
Again, hadreg des brotumer. Berde haul fradim sadio, o berda has kagarantanui. You're the one Ken calls Worker, aren't you?
That's the
Worker.
nickname he gave me. My name is Ludwig.
Welcome, Ludwig. The things you brought us have been a great help. And I see that this time you've brought us some of our own people.
Yes, yes. Like you, they were taken from your island. They were imprisoned and escaped.
All our people are welcome here.
Adloche daraval. Esme Nilan. Ages evriden ger. Esni donei gada e korei e shantamen lag.
Fridan ger, is anum yori. Sagia berad crimoderum dadesa. Oi riden de loban carriden on gerveldacham qualnadaktansan.
Hey, Rain, let me just see this play out and then I'll answer.
My name is Sybil de Vesp, former legate of the congregation in Alima. Now I'm on the run. Thank you for your hospitality.
We're happy to have you here. And even if we don't have much, as you will soon learn for yourselves. Although we are free, we must remain hidden, or risk being imprisoned again. Some of our people are sick and weakened by the ordeal they've been through. And any help you can offer will be most welcome.
Bit of a filler conversation there. So what's the next thing that we have to do? Take a rest. Okay. So, what you said seemed like they got inspired by Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, they definitely did, which is not a bad thing to be inspired by. And the classic RPGs as well. The game does play a little bit like Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age series in general, the first ones, more first ones than the latter ones. But the thing is, even though combat is good, really, they made it into a tactical CRPG combat that we have an options to control if we want to control only the one party member or if we want to control everyone. But the thing is that it's too easy. There are difficulty modes that you can adjust a little bit. Party damage, enemy damage, party recovery, things like that. friendly fire. Now the original difficulty, tactical difficulty is this, 90 and 110. I can leave it at 90, not a problem, and I increased enemy damage all the way to 150. But it's too easy still. I just go through these fights like it's nothing. I even put this autonomous party mode on, which means that the party does its own thing. I don't need to worry about using directions at all. And we still go through fight like it's nothing. So that's a problem, because then we don't need to interact with the system as much. And if we don't need to interact with the tactical system as much, that means there's something wrong with the general challenge, or maybe the design of the fights or combat encounters or the enemies or something. I can't put my finger on it. What's the deal? Why the game isn't more challenging? But the combat system itself, to how many things it focuses on, to which things it focuses on, things you can do and so on, it's quite nice. There's interruptions, there's focuses on tanking, off tanking, positioning and all that. It's quite good. Yeah, Expedition 33 wasn't that hard at all. Until later on. Later it became, and it was hard at the beginning, because mostly we needed to adapt to the system. It was a new system, and that's always the biggest issue early game, how we do things early game. Here early game you already are too powerful. Now the Expedition 33, once you get through first couple hours, the game becomes easy. I mean, you can just take one character and defeat the game with one character, defeat the mid game with one character. Then it becomes a little bit more difficult later on.
I don't want to lose my beloved because he wants to.
But the discrepancy of the difficulty in that game was too high, meaning that there were encounters, a lot of the encounters that you would go through easily, and then there was sometimes an encounter that would challenge you, but rarely so. So the game was kind of difficult, then it was too easy, then it was again a little bit difficult, depending on the fight that you can find. In the end game, there were a couple of difficult fights.
Imagine how they're suffering right now.
They're not just couple, there was enough.
Where was it?
From what I remember.
Their very large village, in huge rooms dug into the ground. I couldn't show you on a map.
You say you suffered. You weren't
And I don't understand this constant, you're playing a role-playing game, it needs to be difficult. Otherwise you're not utilizing the systems in place. Now, I'm not against easier modes for people that want to go through the story. Absolutely, go for it. Introduce it in a game and give options to people that just don't want to interact with the system as much. But you can't then make the whole game too easy overall for everyone, because then you are putting everyone in the same basket, and you can't do that with role-playing games, because usually role-playing games have lots of difficulty settings and modifications that you can utilize in order to improve the difficulty the way you would like it to, meaning that you are constantly challenged, that you want to challenge yourself. Because if there's no challenging fights in the game, then you are not using the system. You don't need to use the system. Why would you? You just go through it easily. And if you're not using the system, then, well, you're not interacting with the system. You don't know what the game has. You don't know if the system is any good at all.
You see? Why risk our lives when we could just wait?
That's my way of looking at things, anyway.
Seedman, you've suffered a great deal, but Virgil is right. There are more of our people in danger, and only he knows where to find them. You must help them.
Thank you. I knew you'd understand.
Wait, there's more. You can't just leave your wife behind.
But she feels safer here.
It is because of you that she feels safe. She needs you to be with her.
It's true that I'd rather stay here, but he's...
Pay your tears, Oleg. I guarantee. We leave tomorrow at dawn, my beloved.
Good example is Banquet for Fools. a game that doesn't have difficulty settings, but there's a progression difficulty, meaning that if you screw things up, if you do fights badly, then you need to go back, you need to rest, you need to replenish supplies, and to replenish supplies you need money. And to get money you need to craft things, or you need to search different areas, or come up with a system, come up with some stuff that is going to give you continuous supplies, because you're going to need supplies to progress. To me, that's the best type of difficulty that you can do in a game, but not every game can utilize that. That's the problem. Some games don't have that type of setup, and it's not going to work as well. Heard it a buggy and a bad mess. I wouldn't say currently bugs. One second. So the current bugs that I've encountered are texture bug, which is quite problematic. Texture bug on PC is that the game is constantly loading high-res textures, and while it's loading high-res textures, you have low-res textures, and the textures are quite muddy overall, and that affects the experience a lot. Another thing is that's my biggest gripe with the game from the technical standpoint. Another thing is that when you're progressing through quests, at least through prologue that was the case. Now I don't know if that's going to be now in further regions. But the thing is, when you progress, when you do a quest in a certain way, it seems like the NPCs in the world do not progress with the quest. Instead, you can still talk to them like the quest is active. It's kind of strange thing that also kills immersion. So those are the two things that I would put into bugs and that I've noticed so far. I remember the first one, GREEDFALL, damn, like after 30 minutes I get stuck by the first kind of combat boss. I said, damn, seriously, now you tell me that it's so easy, what a switch. Yeah, it's a different combat system. And when it's really difficult to make good enough encounters in these types of games if it's not highly detailed, if the enemies are not capable. In this game, the enemies are capable. I can't say they are not capable because they interrupt actions, which is quite a big thing to do when you try to taunt or heal. They will come and interrupt you. Not all the time. When they can, when they have the available skills to do so. So it's not that. I don't know what it is. I just don't know why it's so easy. And you, as I said, you can just put AI to automatically do their thing and you're gonna go through encounters easily. Which is a good thing for the party AI because, I mean, that's a nice thing to... That's a compliment to the AI system of the party. Now I don't know what is quest related and what... Aha, goods. Okay, never mind. Sell... Because if the fights were much more challenging in some way, then the combat would be far more significant and would be a far, how to put it, a far bigger factor in the game itself. And it has the potential to be so. It has depth. Highly micromanaging if you want to play it with the tactical aspect, meaning with the tactical option. So... You know, it's... I just don't know. What the hell is the problem? Why can't it challenge? Even on highly modified difficulty settings in favor of enemies, it still can't do much. Yeah, it does damage here and there, but we just heal through it. It's not a big deal. And it's a shame, because I thought to myself at first when they switched to this combat system, I thought that the original combat system was alright. The combat wasn't that great, because mostly animations were bad and so on. It kind of, you could see that it's not high quality production, but that's not a problem. It's not a problem. They managed to offset that with how combat played out. It was quite a decent combat system. But it was challenging, as you said. It wasn't easy. In this case, when I saw how it works right now, I thought to myself, God damn, this could lead to so many good encounters where we really need to micromanage the hell out of it and really pay attention to a lot of things. Especially the skills, the rotation of skills, the positioning and all that. And then I just put on autonomous party mode and we clear everything and I don't need to do shit. That's not Eurojank, no, I would disagree there. Eurojank is something like what Piranha Bytes does. That's a different, because those are action-based games. You can call Eurojank action-based games, but this is not an action-based game. This is a tactical-based game. In a tactical-based game, if you don't need to use the tactical elements, that's a problem. I mean, I don't even need to interact with the economy system. So what's the purpose of it? I'm not dying. I'm not utilizing. I'm not utilizing healing potions. Just there's nothing for me to worry about, you know. That's also why difficulty is important in games, because it forces you to pay attention to what you're spending money on. And then the reward is that you don't need to spend as much money on, but that you can accumulate more wealth for the next challenge when it comes to where you're going to need more supplies or more upgrades or more things like that. So that's a progressive type of economy that is connected to the difficulty of the games, but not many games do that right.
It's difficult to explain it to someone who is not bound.
Now, here's the fight. Let's see how this fight plays out. I'm gonna put economy. Sorry, autonomous party again. Oh, is that the stormtrooper aim? Oh, whoa.
Incredible.
Okay, this is going to be a boss fight. Now we'll see. I have 100%, 150% enemy damage. So this should be difficult.
Careful! She has lost all control of herself.
Oof, okay. Let's see the buffs. Immune to Scourge, Stun, Stasis, Possessed, Immobilization. Alright, not a problem. Let's see what we can do. To enable your group to react quickly to different situations that may arise during combat, you can use tactical commands. Tactical orders, group shortcut allows you to access all tactical commands. Yeah, I know that. Hold position. Okay, everyone attack my target. Get back up. Oh, get back up. I didn't know about that. Yes, this is the full release version. Oh, wait, go there and hold position. Remove this. Ludwig, go here and position. Sibyl, go here and hold position. Okay, we avoided most of the damage, I think. No, I didn't play Neo 3. But I hear it's good. Most people say it's good. That they switched some things around, and that one of the things that they said that it's much better, the thing that I was mostly criticizing Neo 4, which is the way of the bullshit thing that they do. That it's not that way anymore. That the game functions differently, that you can actually play the game properly in the first playthrough, fully. With the builds and things like that. So, which means that the critic that I have of Neo is what developers even admitted and changed in this Neo. And when I say these things, people attack me. Like, no, it's great to play through one difficult fucking repetition of missions 70 times. No, what a great design that is. Yeah, well, here you go. But the people also said that there's a lot of asset flips in Neo 3 as well. That they reused tons of assets again. Which is to be expected. And it's to be expected that they will again do 3 DLCs, which is fucking... with already a full-priced game. Which uses a lot of assets from the previous games. The same assets, I mean. So, yeah. Classic Team Ninja. But it's good that people say that it's mostly good. That they think it's an improvement. Most of the comments is that it's improved. And I'm glad that it is. I really am glad. Thank you, Mr. Anwar. I'm glad that I could be of help. Okay, move. I need to... See, the problem is... Okay, move here and then attack. I need to remove their hold position order. And I can remove that by moving, I guess. I guess that's how we do it. But they are not moving. Which kind of confuses me at times, I have to admit. This is the biggest problem I have with the combat. Oh, okay, they are moving. Okay, they are moving. It's fine. Let's see. Do the damage. Bump here. This. Not even paying attention to what skills I'm using. I just want to check how bad I can play this and still win on a heavily increased difficulty. Not a single crash for me so far. But it depends. It seems like the game has issues with AMD drivers more than it does with Nvidia. It seems that's the thing I've read, but I wasn't really paying too much attention to it. As I said, the biggest issue on PC are the textures. High-res and low-res textures. That's the biggest issue. Because high-res textures need to load constantly. And until they load, you are dealing with low-res textures, which makes the game look like shit.
Now I'm going to have to buy some new armor.
Oh, okay. Remove yourself from there. Forget about that. forget about that. This is the only thing that I really have to do in this fight so far. Okay. Yeah, it's normal real time with pause combat, and you can switch the focus of the combat. Combat can be more focused on the character that the single character that you want to control, so it doesn't need to be something that is as tactical as this, although I'm playing currently with the companion AI on. It's just a test that I'm currently doing to see how badly can I play on higher difficulty settings to still win. So far it's not looking good for the game, I have to say. It's worrying that it works this well, because the tactical aspect of the game is quite nice. There's a lot of things to consider here, but the challenge is not there. And I'm playing above the high difficulty because there's some modifications. We can modify the damage that the party does, we can modify the amount of damage the enemies do. And I put enemy damage at 150%, and the original highest default setting is 110%. So I wanted to see what can the enemy do to me. And I was especially worried about bosses, because, you know, bosses in games do a lot of damage, which is normal. They should do more damage than regular enemies. But so far, I mean, I'm not having any issues. I'm not even worried about how I play. I play like shit. I'm not doing anything special, and I'm still winning. Not because my team build is so good, no, I wasn't even paying attention to that at all. Just there's no need for it, I guess. I don't know. It seems like they didn't really optimize that part, and if you fuck up that part in a tactical RPG, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign, because the system itself is quite good. So the combat can be faster, much faster than this. You just focus on one character, put everything else done by the AI, and change the game profile that the game allows, which is nice for people that want to play like that. I don't. I like to pay attention to things a little bit more, but then again, if there's no need for it, I'm not losing anything by playing like this, and that's a problem. I should be losing a lot by not controlling everything to the extent that I want to control it. Why are you stupid? Come on, move. It's not that the enemy AI is bad. They don't... I really don't know. I don't know how to answer that question, because enemies do tend to interrupt player a lot. Meaning when you try to taunt, when you try to heal, when you try to do actions, they do interrupt you. So they are capable, they are not stupid in that way. They will do their skills. They will buff allies. They're effective in that way, but they still can't create a meaningful challenge for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Even with increased stats and everything, it's just not there. And I don't think I have some kind of an OP team. I do have heals with most party members, which definitely helps. But I don't know, it just... something's missing here, and I don't know what. Usually I can pinpoint in games problems. Usually in action games I can pinpoint problems easily. It's much easier to pinpoint problems in such games, but in these ones it's not as easy. You can add ton of HP to mobs by reducing the damage that the party does, but then it turns in a slog to get through a simple fight. Oh. Let's move. I can do this and I can do the rally, but I'm not that confident in the rally option. I tried rally option many times and I don't know, kinda gimmicky when they do it, how they do it. And I don't want to risk losing, considering that I've gone to almost finishing the fight. Go to the point of almost finishing the fight, so there's no point in risking anything right now, because I don't want to do it again. Music is not bad. Maybe also variety of abilities that the enemies use. Yeah, that would also help. But they have variety of moves. I can't say that there's no variety. As you can see, the enemies do different types of moves. And you can use positioning to avoid some of them, which also means micromanagement. See, he's got moves. But I don't know what's the problem. I really don't. There's a nice armor system as well, where we need to break enemies' armor in order to do more damage, otherwise we do very little damage to them. So there's that. There's tons of status effects. Everything that you would want from a tactical RPG, this game has it. Okay, now let's try to use the rally option. Let's see what if it's going to work. I'm not that confident, but tactical rally, okay. Oh, it works. All good. Never mind what I said earlier. Worked perfectly. Awesome. Good to see. But stay. Why did she move? Okay, good. Control, go move here, attack from there, you attack here. And now to remove the stop, meaning the inability to move, you have to click on the ground again. I don't know if anyone can spot what's the problem. Please say so, cause might be just one single little tiny bit that, or maybe it's everything. See, interruption. Enemies do use that a lot. There we go. Never in trouble. A boss fight. 100% damage. 150% damage, sorry. Maybe if the boss moved more like jumping or rushing on someone and spammed abilities and attacks. Huh, that's not a bad idea. But spamming abilities and attacks is never a good thing in a turn-based game, because then you are not playing in the confines of the rule set, because you're cheating. That's like that's one of the things I absolutely despise in turn-based games. The same thing that I despise in action games. To me, the equivalent of cheap difficulty design in turn-based games is if you give an enemy ability to use many turns in one, while you can't. You just can't. You are limited by the rules. That's the equivalent of an action game creating a challenge by just increasing damage of what the enemy does by stupid amount, so that they kill you in a couple of shots. That to me seems like an offsetting a lack of deeper difficulty design. I might be wrong. Depends on the game. Depends on the game, of course. For example, that's one of the things that pissed me off in Nioh in general, because Nioh has good boss designs. Especially those dojo missions when you are limited in what you can do, but you really gotta play. It's more of a skill-based type of thing to go through dojo missions than it is a level type thing. And then... But then they catch you twice and you die, or 3 times, and it just pisses me off. Why? Just let me play the game, let me go back and forth with them, because they are interesting to fight. Why am I limited to just being able to take a couple hits? It just shouldn't be like that. Usually games use these types of cheap difficulty designs to offset bad AI design, lack of depth in enemy design. But games like Nioh or Elden Ring don't have that. They have other issues.
Hang in there, son.
I mean, they don't have that problem. See, low-res textures that are still loading the high-res textures in. That's one of the things that I really don't like about the game. They need to fix that ASAP. There's the guy from the prologue.
Come aboard, soldier. I'm not going to let you die.
Really?
Take my hand.
Take my stronger hand. Remember that? My germs. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it was a 20-minute tactical boss fight where I was constantly challenged, and it was kind of like in MMORPGs. You know, when I was playing back in the day Lord of the Rings Online. God damn, those boss fights were nasty. You make a mistake, and then you have to do whatever you can. You really need to scramble in order to get to the point where you are now stable and you can continue the fight in a tactic, in a more how to put it, in a better way, where you regained the positions, you regained the rotations, you regained everything. I wouldn't mind that at all. I would love that. But it's just not happening. I'm 20 minutes kicking the shit out of a sponge HP boss. And the thing I hate the most is that it's quite a good tactical combat system. It's really good.
You saved us! Not yet.
Really difficult to pinpoint. I guess the enemy, I don't know. You can name everything probably, and it could be the issue why it's just not working as it should. I love a good story, don't get me wrong, but I need a challenge in these types of games to get me through it, so that I want to play the game over and over again. Like Banquet for Fools, for example. I'm not constantly, but I'm usually challenged in that game, even through difficulty progression. Even through progression difficulty. And I like to be constantly interacting with the game in that way, where progression is rewarding.
Speaking of which, you've been summoned by the council.
I'm not rewarded by anything here, I'm just going through enemies.
Thank you. I'll go and see them as soon as possible.
Yes, Crimson Desert is going to be played day 1. I didn't get the key, of course. It's a big game, and I tried, I asked, but yeah, I can't get keys for. I can get keys for Banquet for Fools. Those types of games, I can't get keys for anything else. But look, to be perfectly honest, if I was a publisher, I mean, I'm nobody. First of all, let's get this out of the way. But if I was a publisher, and I was aware of me, that I was gonna say everything, meaning the way the games are, not the way that I would present the game to sell it to the audience, I would be also reluctant to give someone like me a key. But they are not aware of me, I'm no one to them, so for that they would have to pay attention to the channel. And look, let's be honest, only few people know about me in terms of developers and publishers. So in that regard, I understand. Though I don't like the lack of level playing field on YouTube in that regard. The people that get games early, they have such huge advantage. It's ridiculous the amount of advantage that they have. I had, you know what? I had early access to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and I did a really good job. I even learning the game, learning the whole system for months, because I didn't know how Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 system works. Then I got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which was surprising, but I really did a good job with the first game, and I had a contact with shit, I don't know how I got the key. Who gave me the key? I don't know how I got the key for Kingdom Come Deliverance. But I got it. And I prepared things, and the channel exploded. At least for the time when the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was active. It makes so much difference, especially in large games like Crimson Desert. I wouldn't mind if everyone got the game on day 1. Or if everyone gets the game, everyone that applies, I mean, it's just digital keys anyway. So just print those fucking keys, you have unlimited number of those. Print to any influencer, I hate that word, content creator, let's say it like that, out there. Just let people fucking do their thing. But don't make tiers of... You're just helping the ones that already have a lot of audience to get even more views, to get them up front when compared to other people. That's just an unfair system. And I know we live in an unfair world. It is what it is. The least of the of this world's problems are who gets the keys for games. Let's be honest. But it just, you know, or give everyone a key on the release day, or don't give anyone a key. Let us buy our own games. But that's also not really a smart way of doing things, because we do create a lot of views for their games. We promote their games a lot. So anyway, just a little bit of what am I doing here? Okay. Oh, the new guy. Okay, party. Incomplete party. How is it incomplete party? Yes, I will get a Gothic remake key. I will play that game. I have a contact with the publisher, so it's fine. Crimson Terror looks too good to be true. I don't think it looks too good to be true. I think there's going to be a couple of downsides, but we'll see. Never pre-order. Never. There's never a good reason to pre-order unless you're pre-ordering collector's editions. Never a reason to pre-order any game. You're not showing any support. You're just showing blind faith. And blind faith means nothing. It's a negative thing for any industry. Hey, Ili the Alb. Sorry, don't know how to pronounce it. So they went the opposite way for Greedfall. Usually the game starts as a tactical one and later it becomes action. Does it? View. Yeah, I don't know what am I supposed to be doing here. I'm guessing I need to switch the party members. I mean, okay. I'll switch her. Remove from party. So I need... Aha, so I need to have her, I guess. So, yeah, okay. I need to have her. Alright. Doesn't really work for me, but... Okay, whatever. There's no challenge anyway, so who gives a shit, right? So we are now in Yusantis. Some kind of a new... Oh. A lot of things to do here. Skills, let's see, available point 1. I need to respec, I don't need really this setup over here. Reduces the recovery of healing skills by 5, reduces the recovery of healing in favor giving skills. What's the point of this? So of course I'm gonna choose the second option. Look at this. Reduces the recovery time of healing skills by 5%, reduces the recovery time of healing and favor giving skills by 5. It's okay, second option, more benefits. They didn't think this bonus through. Focus, increases action points by 1, okay. I mean, see the problem? Who cares? I don't care about leveling characters now because I know that there's no challenge. That's the thing I'm trying to say. I don't have any incentive to interact with the system anymore because I know whatever I do, it's going to be easy. Why should I care about the system? I don't need to look at the damage, how I'm going to do more damage, how this connects to another character, is there is any cohesion between these moves, the buffs, the debuffs. Who gives a shit? Here, fucking blind, let's go like this. It's going to be the same as I pay attention to it. I'm just going to kill enemies faster. Pisses me off, honestly. because the tactical system in this game is quite good. And that's what makes me really fucking angry. See, all these things, every single aspect, every single stat gives some kind of resistance to something, which is good. But what do I need to be resistant to? Right? Fuck, I think they had the right approach for this game. To switch to CRPG, yeah, it's not a unique system like they had before. I think it wasn't some kind of a great combat system that they had in the first game. Combat was not on par when it comes to quality, to writing, to the world, and to lore and everything like that. And in this game they said, okay, we're gonna switch to CRPG system, a tried and true tactical, turn-based, pay attention micromanagement system. Awesome. There's so many things to do in the combat. There's so many status effects. And then there's no challenge. They had it. They fucking had it. It was on the tip of their penises. And it just didn't... Just didn't connect, I guess. I don't know what to say. It pisses me off, it really does. When someone is so close, but so far. Restores 50% of the caster's shields and magical deflection. Restores 50% of the caster's or any ally's shield and magical... of the casters or... I mean, look at this, for example. Look at this. Look at the comparison between these two skills. There's a difference between the upgrade, true. There's a difference between the upgrade, but restores 50% of the caster's shields and magical deflection. Look at the second one. Restores 50% of the caster's or an ally's shields and magical deflection. What is the incentive for me to go with this first one? Except for the upgrade. The only difference is the upgrade. But the option to give myself or an ally is far more valuable than one more shield from this upgrade. So the balancing of the skills is just not correct. Maybe I should play the game with one endurance on everyone, and then maybe it would be challenging because we would get killed with 2 shots and put damage of enemies at 180%. That's why I'm critical about games. I want the games to be the best that they can be. And if you don't have constructive criticism about the games and just accept things at face value, nothing's gonna improve ever. Not that I have any influence on things, I don't. But I'm too small for that. But if I can just give some people something to think about, to maybe if they haven't seen, if they haven't spotted some things. I'm like a lot of people spotted things that I haven't spotted, so they put it in comments, so that then I can learn from those comments as well. Then we can all get something going and maybe help the developers, especially smaller developers who need help with. Well, actually, they do usually have a lot of good ideas, like Banquet for Fools, for example. But if they just asked anyone on the side about the inventory system and what it's lacking, most of us that have played RPG games would have said instantly, sorting option. Sort by type, sort by this. No problem. Sorted. Fixed. Don't even have to think about it anymore. That's why the games are in early access. I get it. I don't like playing early access games. I hate playing early access games because not that there's anything wrong with that. I personally don't like it because I love to enter a new game without any way of knowing what I'm playing. Not even knowing how the game plays, if it's an action RPG, if it's a CRPG, I don't even need to know the genre. I just need to know that it's an RPG that I can cover on the channel. I don't want any information, I don't want to see any trailers, I don't want to see anything. And early access ruins that. For example, I played through these games early access, through the prologue and a couple of that next area, and a bit of that next area. And I knew what's happening, what's gonna happen now that the game is in full access, and it got spoiled. I know how the game plays, although it's unfinished, although it's this and that, and I don't know how people who played early access, I know that there weren't many people that played it, didn't notice the difficulty issue. Because it's kinda easy to spot, right? I mean, you've seen it, people that are okay, doesn't matter, who gives a shit. You that are watching the stream, you've seen it. I've proved it in many ways that it's just not working.
The council is expecting us.
It's easy to see. You don't have to be some kind of a fucking genius to spot that. You don't. It's right there. Now maybe the problem is also that the publisher pushed Spiders to release the game early. Maybe that's the issue. I know that publishers today have a lot of power, and that's not a good thing. It's never a good thing, because publishers have become shareholders, and they not the shareholders, but they have become reliant on shareholders, and then the shareholders who have never played a video game in their life affect the development of games, which is not fair. What the hell do they know about games? And that's why we must not pre-order, we must not give them incentive to push bullshit. But then there are some developers that also suck, to be honest.
Welcome to the Fishing Mermaid.
That make so many mistakes. I always defend developers, but lately I've stopped doing that. Because I've noticed, you know what? We have such big history, such long history of games, of all genres, and if you can't learn from that, how do you think they got the inspiration for their games? By playing games of old, by playing many games in the genre. And if you can't figure things out from that, I mean, then you're just not capable enough. And that's fine. Not every game needs to be brilliant. That's all good. But there are things in games that really piss me off when they fuck it up. That shouldn't be a problem. Like the difficulty in this game. It shouldn't be a problem. I know it's not easy to create to significant and combat encounters in a tactical RPG. I know it's not, but it's been done many times before. I don't care, copy it from others. I don't give a shit. Copied games also work, the games that copy systems. If they make it a little bit unique, modified, doesn't have to be unique. A bit of rant here, but I thought that, I really think that this game could have been great. But it's pushed too early, it seems, out of the early access. They haven't really polished the systems. You've seen the ridiculous, unbalanced skills through the level up screen. It's just, what are we doing here? These are important things in an RPG. Yeah, the story is good. The story is really good. But the first one also had a good story, and the world and factions, and also and all those sorts. Or Spiders know how to write a game, without a doubt. I think all of us can agree on that when it comes to Spiders Studio. But they always had some issues with the gameplay. And I think they nailed the gameplay here. Not nailed in a sense that it's perfect, but just the difficulty part of it, which is very important in a game like this. But the game really, they did a good job with a lot of the things. It's just not finished enough. And I also hate the fact, which I said half an hour ago, that we can loot everything without any issues. The stealth system is terrible. The crime system, there's no proper crime system, and I think every role-playing game that allows stealing or looting chests that are inside someone's house, that needs to be some system, because you need to feel rewarded. Every action in a role-playing game needs to be satisfying. So that means that I need to sneak about, if I have that ability, and then loot it, and that's my reward. I haven't been spotted. I don't have to deal with the system. I don't have to deal with the crime system, with the punishment system. I'm not punished because I was successful at it. And now just like this, I go into the house and just loot everything that they have. And it's not even loot everything, because there's an arbitrary thing that we can loot a couple of things, but the other things we can't touch. Even though there's a couple of more chests, but those chests can't be looted. Why? Because, well, reasons, you know. Too many arbitrary things like that kinda destroy the role-playing experience. And I get I'm nitpicking here. I get it. But it's a role-playing game, you know.
Enter through here. The Count?
I think I'm gonna do early review for the game tomorrow. Play a little bit more, do the early review, and then switch back to Banquet for Fools. Because I really want to cover Banquet for Fools fully. It's a game that really needs guides. It's a shame. I wanted to cover both completely. The channel really needs it. Needs the views, so...
Welcome home, Alvida, and welcome to you traveling with her.
Yuxantis is delighted to have you here.
However, Alvida, you haven't been summoned here just to exchange pleasantries. Rather, we would like to understand how you got here.
Well, we had to leave the Tynean coast quickly. We had no choice but to take a fisherman's skiff. It's small, but strong. I thought I'd head straight for Yuxantis, and that's what I did. I know the stars and the currents like the back of my hand, so I had no trouble finding my way back to our island.
You made it through the Serpent's fans in this nutshell, without losing a passenger.
That's right. My
They do.
companions can
They do
confirm
have better
that we
facial
didn't lose
animations.
anyone at sea.
Although it's unfortunate that you had to borrow this vessel, you've accomplished quite a feat in sailing it all the way.
But I don't know what's with all the
No
tattoos.
one has managed to sail through the fangs in such
Everyone
a small
has it.
boat in over 100 years.
It seems only logical to me that we should nominate our Nort sister Alvida for the title of captain, so that she might have a decent ship at last.
I second this proposal.
There's a little bit of, if I may say,
I also support
push for women in this game, but alright.
Very well. I am recording
Meaning
our
they
Lord
do
sister Alvida
have a
in
lot
the
of
register as a new captain.
You'll be able to
big
return
positions more frequently than males, and they are all more of good characters in a way, positive characters, while males are kinda
where to go. We've already
not
informed
as
the
positive except Ludwig.
Your friends can go with you, or they can wait for you at the
But alright, it might not be true. I haven't played through the whole game,
You are responsible for your guests, since they aren't.
so I would have to play through the whole game in order to confirm or deny that type of thinking. So don't even acknowledge it. It's not that big of a deal. I don't see it. It's not like it's some kind of an agenda or anything like that in terms of teaching us the virtue signaling or whatever bullshit that they have going on in games these days. Yeah, but if everyone has tattoos, if every faction has tattoos, then they lose significance. That's my point. I get the natives. I absolutely get the natives. The pirates now, Well, alright, the Bridge Alliance didn't have tattoos, I think. Yeah, I think they didn't have. So okay, okay, maybe I just have seen too many tattoos in a short span of time, and that's why I think that maybe there's too many of them. But that might be entirely unsubstantiated in terms of a grand scheme of things, of how every character looks in the game. Well, at least they haven't all got septum piercings. Yeah. To make us a shepherd, to lead the herd.
You must be happy to see that the
Herd
council
of bulls.
has acknowledged your talent.
Yes, it's an honor. There's nothing like recognition from your peer. Watch out. That woman coming towards us is Bridge Alliance. What do you want?
Only to speak to you and to warn you.
Warn us or threaten us? My friends have already suffered enough from your...
Please. I am no threat. Let me introduce myself. My name is Saphir. I am an explorer and cartographer, and I'm indeed from the Bridge Alliance. From your reaction, I take it you suffered at the hands of the people of my nation, and for this I am truly sorry. I know that some of my people can be extremely cruel to the natives of Teofredi. However, I am not one of them. I believe that knowledge is the greatest treasure of all, but it is gained through discussion, not slaughter.
I agree.
You said you wanted to warn us about something.
There is an emissary from my nation here in Yuxantis, and she's a member of a faction that has a very contemptuous view of those from your island. They believe your people should be enslaved, or worse yet, used for experiments. This emissary isn't alone. There are guards with her. I wanted to warn you to be careful. It's very possible that she means...
See what I'm saying? That's a little bit of a push for females in the game. Every notable character, not every, but vast majority are females.
Why have you come to warn us?
Even the emissary.
You don't know us. We're nobody to you.
I'm a traveler. I've met people from many countries and cultures, and I've always enjoyed these encounters. When I met the emissary from the Alliance, I quickly realized which faction she belonged to, though outwardly, she appears friendly. They believe themselves to be superior, and this belief leads them to...
But these are not badly written females. That's a big distinction that I need to mention.
They undermine it from within, convinced they're furthering its cause.
They are not just quota fillers, like in a lot of other games.
The true Alliance, that is. And I despise their attitude towards others. That's why I wanted to warn you.
This is a big, big city. Let's just progress with the quest. I don't need to really explore that much in this. They probably have clade piercings. But the thing is that it's not that big of a deal if they are written well, in a way that they don't push any sort of bullshit on you. You know? Which is quite easy to spot. Thankfully in this game I don't see that. So it's not that big of a deal, as I said. Not to me at least. It's just something that I noticed, nothing more.
Everything you need to make your own equipment.
Mate, I don't need anything. The game is easy. Sorry to disappoint you, trader. Not my fault.
I can't wait for this day to be over. Unload. Uncle Ludwig. Here. I don't believe it.
Rudolph, what are you doing here, my boy? Are you a naught now?
No! Don't you try and act like an uncle to me, after what you did to us. Come on, lads, let's get out of here. I don't want to be anywhere near that man. I could lose my temper.
I don't know what it means to be ready for a game, mate, to be honest.
I really wonder how the lad ended up here.
I don't think about games up front.
Seriously, which is something.
I think about games when I start playing them, but up front I just don't care until the game releases, when I have it in my hands.
I have no desire to
Outside of that, I really don't care about games that are about to release. But it's going to be an interesting one for sure. A lot of things to cover in the game, so that's going to be good. But from what I've seen, I haven't seen many trailers. I've seen one that I reacted on the channel, and that's about it. It looks like a promising game. But I played also Black Desert. But just a little bit. I haven't really gotten that deep into it. I wasn't overly impressed with it. So we'll see how... The one thing that killed me in that game was the texture popping, which was literally 2 feet in front of you. It killed the game for me.
Hello? Welcome to my workshop. I'm the ink mistress, and before you ask...
Yeah, I know. It's going to keep me busy. I know.
Hello, mistress. I'm no foreigner.
I'm alright with that.
Council sent me.
Alvida? Everyone's talking about you. Your father must be so proud. Sailing to our island in a skiff. I don't think
Genuinely, what I want to do now is go back to Banquet for Fools. I want to see what that game has to offer.
Thank you.
Outside of the things that I've experienced so far.
I hope your friends are patient. This is gonna take a while.
That's the only game that I'm thinking about right now. I want to be done with this, do the early... No, not play through it, I'm not going to have enough time. But just play it through enough to do the early review. Finish the early review tomorrow. Put it out. Get back to Banquet for Fools.
I know. I remember the last time I was here. Thank you, mistress. Goodbye.
See, I just leveled up a couple of times. I don't even care. I don't want to even go into the level up screen. It's just... It's there, alright? I get it. I don't need it.
Savages and traitors to their race.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Nice. I love when they do in CRPGs combat in the city, when they add encounters in the city. Usually a lot of the older RPGs have that problem. Not every, but a lot of them. That when you get to town, it's too much talking. And then it kills the pacing of the game, it kills the dynamic. Then you can do some things like steal, and which again helps with the dynamic. But it's the best when they add some fights and some options to fight. For example, in Fallout 2, when you get to New Reno, that's one of my favorite locations in the game. And the things you can do to get between mafia bosses, things like that, fucking awesome. Baldur's Gate 3 did a great job with the last act. I know people didn't like the last act that much, but I really liked it in a way because they've sensibly added fights. And they sensibly added that type of a dynamic in the city, that it's not just talking. And it's not too much talking without fighting. So I think they did a really good job making the city immersive and also involving fighting in it. Which isn't easy to do. Where's the... Where is he? See, this is the problem with autonomous system. These two idiots are now... these are my tanks. And now they are going at the same target. And with it, You know what? I'm not gonna do anything. Let's see if the game can kill me that way. Fuck it. Let's see what they do. Can I survive even with such idiotic AI?
Leon's wench at Happy. Orba is broken.
The game also has really interesting tactical options. The way to rally, the way to backstep, hold position, things like, well, these are basic options, don't get me wrong, but it really applies well to the tactical element of the game. It's just that you don't have to use it. Eventually you do have to use it, but it's such a rare occurrence, like in a fight with that boss earlier. But then again, honestly, from what I've seen from that boss, even if I didn't use the rally function and hold the position outside of the area of effect, I don't know if I would have died there. And that's not because I'm fucking incredible player, nothing like that. Just because there just simply isn't enough challenge. The enemies are just not... not dangerous, I guess. Here we go. I just let them play out in the most dumb way possible and I'm fine. Absolutely no worries. When did this drop? It dropped yesterday, 10th. It got out of early access. Such a shame, because there's so many good things about combat. Well, it's a different type of combat now than before. Oh, I like the game. I like the game a lot. But there's no challenge.
Drop your weapons. You're under arrest.
See, there's constantly something going on story-wise. It's awesome. Again, they've done it. They've written the game well. Exactly, it's some World of Warcraft type combat. Awesome, right? The amount of things we can do. And I wasn't doing anything. I haven't even showcased it properly because I don't have to.
For defending ourselves.
So you say? A witness came to tell us about a fight. We ran over and saw you kill those visitors. Just follow us, you lot, and don't make a fuss.
Wait, officer. This group is my responsibility. I've given my word as a captain. They are my guests.
Indeed. That's unfortunate. You should choose your friends more carefully. Round them all up.
Have you forgotten our laws, officer? You can only arrest the person who is responsible. Her guests are free.
These people have committed a serious crime. They murdered these visitors, and...
This may be a tragedy, but it doesn't change our laws. Only the captain will pay for the crime, if it is proven.
All right, then. Take the captain. As for you lot, I hope you realize what you've done.
Wait, where are you taking her?
She will be held in the Harbor Master's office while she awaits her trial. I'll make sure you are able to speak with her if you wish.
We should go tell the others what happened.
Here they are.
By the way, a couple more things. If you just joined the stream, this is the difficulty that I'm playing on. I've reduced party damage by 10% and increased enemy damage by 50% to 150. Usually the highest preset difficulty is at 90 party damage and 110 enemy damage. So this is much higher than what the highest preset setting is. And it's still too easy. And another thing is that the girl that just got taken away, the captain, didn't even have gear on her. See, she doesn't even have gear on her. I unequipped the gear from her. And she still survived the fight.
A group of armed Alliance men attacked us and we were forced to defend ourselves.
And I wasn't even playing properly. I was just doing fuck all in the combat.
They wanted to throw us into prison again. The master of the shipyard stepped in. And since we are Alvida's guests, she was the only one.
God damn it, this could have been so good.
The Alliance doesn't seem to want to leave you in peace.
A woman we met after our meeting with the admirals warned us. She told us there was an Alliance emissary in Yuxantis. And that they might cause
Yeah, I'm telling you, this might have been one of the best European games in a long time.
I already organized one jailbreak.
It's still a decent game. It's still... This is not mediocrity. This is not bad in any way, shape or form. It's just that it's missing a challenge part of it. And okay, there are a couple of bad things about the game. Stealth system is atrocious. The looting system is also...
She undoubtedly knows more than she told us.
Since you don't seem
There's no
too
crime
keen on
system
my
as
idea of
well.
an escape plan, we could at least try to find some witnesses who saw what happened.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
We could go and talk to the
But if you want a good story, if you want good lore, definitely this game is for you. Without a doubt. Spiders know how to write a game, and this game is no exception. And look, if you want to increase the difficulty, there are options. But the problem is, if you do this, which I did, it's going to take a long time to finish a single fight. And that's kinda not the way most people would want to play, because you haven't really done anything. You just prolonged the foregone conclusion. It's gonna end the same way. It's just gonna take a longer time to get to it, because the game can't challenge you. So I went with increase of damage that the enemies do in order to... Shit, I'll even increase it more. Fuck it. Let's go to 170. Maybe I'm gonna have to do something now when the fight commences. Would be nice for a change.
What do you want?
Damn, they really had it. They had it. They had it.
You're not going to kill me too, are you? I didn't see anything. After I finished Alvida's tattoo, I started cleaning my tools. I heard a commotion outside, but I didn't go out there. I'm not a guard, I'm an artist. Please don't hurt me.
If you want to stay alive, you're going to have to talk to us. Tell us everything you remember.
I don't know. Someone shouted something. There were sounds of a scuffle, and then I didn't hear anything else until the guard arrived.
Who shouted what? It would be in your best interest to remember.
A foreigner shouted something about savages, traitors, and then something about a place. I didn't hear it clearly.
You heard enough to prove that we were insulted before we were attacked. You've seen what we can do to people who threaten or insult us.
Yes?
We'd take it as an insult if you didn't testify before the council and tell them what you've heard.
All right, fine. I'll do it. I'll come. Please leave now.
Alright everyone, that would be it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining the stream. It was a great chat. A lot of people today. I love it. I love when that happens. Tomorrow I think I'll be done with the early review. Push it out and then get back to Banquet for Fools until the Crimson Desert comes out. Don't believe the bullshit. This is not a bad game. This is not a mediocre game. It's way above average. That's what she said. And there are problems with it. Definite problems. But far from a bad game. It's really... They were right there. They needed to do that last jump to create something truly fantastic. And they didn't do it. Anyway, thank you all for watching.